On this video we're taking a look at our NBA parlay for the games that are happening on Saturday, April 9, 2022. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Our first parlay pick is Memphis Grizzlies vs New Orleans Pelicans. Memphis minus 5.5 points. And here is why. New Orleans got off to the worst start of any team in the NBA this season, going 1-12 through its first 13 games. The Pelicans have had a remarkable turnaround since then, as they are now just 8 games under the .500 mark. They have won 5 of their last 6 games, including consecutive victories over Sacramento and Portland. New Orleans was dominant in Thursday's win over the Trailblazers, blowing out the visitors in a 127-94 final. The Pelicans are in 9th place in the Western Conference, a position that they can clinch with a win on Saturday. They need just one win in their next 2 games or one loss from San Antonio in its final 2 games. The New Orleans Pelicans have been in great shape as they've won 5 of their past 6 games, and they will be aiming for a 3rd straight victory after making light work of the Trailblazers in a 127-94 win on Thursday. CJ McCollum led the team with 23 points and 7 assists. Willy Hernangomez added 17 points with 14 rebounds off the bench, while Jonas Valanciunas chipped in with 14 points. As a team, the Pelicans shot 47% from the field and 13 of 37 from the three-point line as they got off to a quick start and jumped out to an early double-digit lead that only grew as the game wore on. Memphis has already secured its position in the Western Conference playoffs. The Grizzlies put together a phenomenal regular season, especially from the end of December to April. They did not lose consecutive games once during that span, but that streak finally came to an end this week. Memphis is coming off consecutive losses at Utah and Denver. The Grizzlies are still going to be the number 2 seed in the Western Conference though, as they are 4 games ahead of Golden State in the standings. They will await one of the teams from the play-in tournament that will begin next week. The Memphis Grizzlies have been in good form as they've won 7 of their past 10 games, but they will be hoping to avoid a 3rd straight defeat after getting routed by the Nuggets in a 122-109 road loss no Thursday. Desmond Bane led the team in scoring with just 14 points. Dillon Brooks and Zaire Williams each scored 12 points, while Brandon Clark and Kyle Anderson each scored 11 points. As a team, the Grizzlies shot 47% from the field and 11 of 28 from the three-point line, but they didn't look like themselves in this one, as they leaked 70 points in the first half to fall behind by as many as 30 points before they rallied in the 4th quarter to keep the final scores respectable. I know Memphis does not have anything to play for, at least that is the common narrative, but I love the Grizzlies on Saturday afternoon. They have been one of the best teams in the NBA this season, despite some serious injury issues along the way. Morant and Brooks are finally healthy at the same time, making Memphis a legitimate title contender. They will be eager to round into some playoff form on Saturday, as there are only 2 games remaining in the regular season. New Orleans is still trying to clinch the number 9 seed, but it should have no problem securing that spot based on San Antonio's remaining 2 games. Memphis has covered the spread in 5 straight home contests. Our second parlay pick is San Antonio Spurs vs Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors minus 6.5 points. And here is why. The Golden State Warriors are averaging 110.9 points on 46.8% shooting and allowing 105.6 points on 43.9% shooting. Stephen Curry is averaging 25.5 points and 6.3 assists, while Klay Thompson is averaging 19.7 points and 3.9 rebounds. Jordan Poole is the 3rd double-digit scorer and Andrew Wiggins is grabbing 4.5 rebounds. The Golden State Warriors are shooting 36.3% from beyond the arc and 76.8% from the free throw line. The Golden State Warriors are allowing 33.9% shooting from deep and are grabbing 45.5 rebounds per game. Golden State is currently 3rd in the West, and these final 2 games are huge for seeding. In their last game against Los Angeles, they were down 32-27 after the first quarter, but outscored La 21 in the final 3 quarters to get the win. In the game, they were led by Klay Thompson, who dropped 33, while Jordan Poole had a double-double with 19 points and 11 rebounds. Andrew Wiggins added 17, while Otto Porter Jr. and Gary Payton II both had 10 off the bench. The The San Antonio Spurs are averaging 113.3 points on 46.7% shooting and allowing 113 points on 46.6% shooting. Dejounte Murray is averaging 21.2 points and 8.4 rebounds, while Keldon Johnson is averaging 16.9 points and 2.1 assists. Jakob Poeltl is the third double-digit scorer and Lonnie Walker-IV is dishing 2.2 assists. The San Antonio Spurs are shooting 35.3% from beyond the arc and 75.1% from the free throw line. The San Antonio Spurs are allowing 35.9% shooting from deep and are grabbing 45.5 rebounds per game. San Antonio has earned the 10th seed and will play in the play-in game, which is a surprise to many entering the year. In the game against Minnesota, the Spurs were outscored 34-22 in the second quarter and 33-23 in the third game. But they did rally in the fourth, outscoring the T-Wolves by 9, but it was too little too late. In the game, they were led by Keldon Johnson, who dropped 20, while Jakob Poeltl had a double-double with 15 points and 17 rebounds. Devin Vassell added 18, while off the bench, Keita Bates-Diop and Zach Collins had 14 and 13 points off the bench, respectively. The San Antonio Spurs are playing the better ball right now, and they're probably worth a look in the home underdog role. However, the Spurs have nothing to really play for, with them all but locked into the 10th seed and likely a date with the Pelicans. The Golden State Warriors need a win to inch closer toward locking up the third seed in the West, and motivation this time of the year can be key in your handicapping. This line tells you what you need to know. Give me the Warriors. Our third parlay pick is Los Angeles Clippers vs Sacramento Kings. Sacramento Kings plus 11.5 points. And here is why. The Sacramento Kings are averaging 110.4 points on 45.9% shooting and allowing 115.8 points on 48% shooting. De'Aaron Fox is averaging 23.2 points and 3.9 rebounds, while Domantas Sabonis is averaging 18.9 points and 12.3 rebounds. Harrison Barnes is the third double-digit scorer, and Davion Mitchell is grabbing 2.2 rebounds. The Sacramento Kings are shooting 34.3% from beyond the arc and 77.1% from the free throw line. The Sacramento Kings are allowing 37.1% shooting from deep and are grabbing 43 rebounds per game. Sacramento lost their second straight as they were knocked off at home by New Orleans Tuesday night. The Kings dropped to 29-51 on the season and entered Friday 12th in the Western Conference standings. They have been eliminated from playoff contention and stood 34 games behind the Suns in the Pacific Division race. Against New Orleans, Sacramento trailed by 2 after the opening quarter, by 13 in the second quarter, and cut the deficit to 3 at the half. The Kings gave up a 9-0 run to start the second half to trail by 12 and never got closer than 4 the rest of the way. Sacramento shot 51.3% from the field, including 11 of 30 from three-point range, and allowed New Orleans to shoot 51.1% in the game. Damian Jones led the Kings with 22 points in the loss. The Los Angeles Clippers are averaging 107.9 points on 45.6% shooting and allowing 108.8 points on 45.1% shooting. Paul George is averaging 24.4 points and 6.8 rebounds, while Norman Powell is averaging 21.8 points and 3 assists. Reggie Jackson is the third double-digit scorer, and Marcus Morris Sr. is grabbing 4.5 rebounds. The Los Angeles Clippers are shooting 37% from beyond the arc and 79.2% from the free throw line. The Los Angeles Clippers are allowing 34.7% shooting from deep and are grabbing 43.8 rebounds per game. LA won their third straight game as they managed to hang on after nearly letting a massive lead slip away against Phoenix in their previous contest. The Clippers reached .500 at 40-40 on the year and are locked into the 8th seed in the Western Conference, meaning they will face Minnesota in the play-in tournament, with the winner locking in the 7th seed. Against Phoenix, LA led by 4 after the opening quarter, before outscoring the Suns 34-9 in the second quarter to lead by 29 at the half. The Clippers were up as many as 39 with 8:27 to play in the third quarter, but had to hang on as the Suns climbed within 4 in the final minute. LA shot 44% from the field, including 12 of 34 from three-point range, and held the Suns to 38.9% shooting. Norman Powell led the Clippers with 24 points off the bench in the win. The Sacramento Kings aren't a team I'm thrilled to get behind, but this is a lot of points to just throw out there. The Los Angeles Clippers are 7-11 against the spread this season when favorites of 5 or more points. Also, the Clippers already have their play-in matchup set for Tuesday, so there's really nothing to play for here. Don't be surprised if the Clippers sit some key players. Check the depth chart before betting this matchup. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.